Got a very, very short card for Friday. Just two games on the board. First one up, we got Juarez and Leon. Leon coming in. Both of these teams have records, guys, that are kind of similar. Juarez is a couple spots above, but they don't have that much more wins over Leon. For me, this is a straight Juarez. Juarez just got a very solid win, not taking it away from them. They just got a solid win against Pumas, 3-1. left them shocking. I was pretty shocked to see that result, because there's still kind of that perception that Juarez is this smaller team, and they are. But anytime they do something like that, it's worth mentioning. But being that they're just not that far ahead against Leon, at least in my opinion, I think all the value's on Leon, guys. I know I've been on this team for a little while, but plus 250. That, and it's kind of just some math, guys. If Leon is hitting at around a 30% hit rate, which I think they are, and I think they have a 30% chance to win this game at the minimum. Out of 17 games, if you're getting plus 250, you got to take your shots, So this is kind of just a math thing for me. And it's not like Leon is that much horrible compared to this Juarez team. So it's Leon money line for me. I think we see a lot of goals. I think we see goals from both sides. So just in case you don't like the money line, I would also recommend the both teams to score. I'm pretty positive on that one too. I think Leon just, after getting completely humiliated by Tijuana, they continue their trip, in North Mexico, and, they find themselves in Juarez. I think it's more than enough of a shot to take with them, plus 250. I would be surprised if they lose two games back to back, especially to, these northern and borderline towns. So, it's not like Tijuana and Juarez were always known to be the biggest giants. Tijuana, it has been around for a while, so they're starting to get their game up again. But I think they can compete with Juarez. This should be a fun match. Usually, these games in northern Mexico are pretty fun. So, Leon money line for me. I think we see goals in this one. I think someone ends up winning this 2-1, 3-1. We've already seen that result last week, or we've seen some high scoring goals or high scoring matches from both of these teams anyway. So I think the over is very much alive. I'm very, very confident that both teams can definitely score on each other. So I just don't know what happened with Leon last week, guys. That's just the only thing that kind of worries me. Is I don't know what happened with them last week. I knew Tijuana was better, but I didn't think they were that much better. But hey, I ended up being wrong on that one. So I'll take that. I'll accept that right on the chin. So, but it's Leon money line for me. I like the value I'm getting with it, plus 250. I think we see a lot of goals. I think both teams score for sure. Game of the night. Surprised to see Chivas on here. I haven't seen them play a Friday game in quite a while. So Puebla at home, Chivas coming in. Puebla undoubtedly bottom of the table, bottom of the barrel. Absolute worst team in Liga MX. So it's kind of difficult to find any value with them. But why am I getting Chivas at plus 112 when they just beat a Necaxa team? It was either 2-1 or 3-1 on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday night. Wednesday night, I believe it was. Why am I getting plus 112? Puebla's the worst team in the league. Chivas should easily be a favorite. Either money hasn't come in yet, or I think they're trying to trap us. But either way, I still think it's a perfect Chivas spot. They just got to win. They're going to celebrate it because that hasn't been happening with this team too often. They're going to celebrate this win. Then they're going to go into Puebla and completely disappoint us. Right when you think Chivas are about to do something big, that's exactly when they let you down. I don't think they lose this game, but I don't think they win this game. I think they're just going to let us down with a very disappointing, maybe even a boring draw. I hope at the very least that this game is not boring. That's what I'm hoping for. Puebla at home usually has some pretty barn burner matches, so hopefully they make this exciting. For me, it's just an obvious draw, strictly on Chivas not performing up to their level. Puebla doing their absolute best, and Chivas not performing to their level, to me, equals a draw. So that's where my head is at. That's where the result that I think I'm leaning towards. I do think both teams can find the back of the net. Chivas is just, if that offense isn't carrying that team, they're possibly even losing. So But again, I think the offense can do enough. I think the defense, hopefully, is not weak as to the point where Puebla overscores, this Chivas team. So I think the draw money line's alive. I do like both teams to score quite a bit as well for both matches, actually. So I like both teams to score in both matches on Friday. The TV, it's an even better price at minus 132. It's not like Puebla can't score, guys. This Chivas team, they've conceded goals just as much as they can score. So I think both teams to score is very much alive, along with a draw. Hopefully it's 1-1 by the end of the whole match. We all go home happy.